Welcome to another lesson of Adobe Photoshop Lightroom Classic. In this lesson, we are going to learn about the Develop ribbon in Adobe Lightroom and what tools it has to offer in Lightroom. Okay, so first off, we are going to know about what the Develop module has to offer and what is its function. The Develop module in Lightroom Classic lets you adjust the color and tonal scale of your photos, as well as crop photos, remove red eye, and make other correction. All of the adjustments you make in Lightroom Classic are non-destructive. Okay? And how are you going to use the Develop module? Obviously, when you open up the Develop module in Lightroom, such as opening up Lightroom, and you will see right beside Library is the Develop module or Develop tab, or also known as Develop ribbon. Okay? So you don't have to worry that much, but sometimes the Develop module or the Develop ribbon is sometimes disabled. Okay? So you can enable it by subscription if it's not active. Okay, so you have to keep your subscription to be active. And another thing is that when you use Lightroom Classic, first off, you're gonna get 7-day free trial. Then you can subscribe to it or get some plans. But I'm going to suggest you to if you want to use it for free, then you can use it for free. Okay, but that's for a temporary time. Okay, for a short time. Then you have to get those subscription to use all the functions in Adobe Lightroom. And obviously try using the latest version of Adobe Lightroom. Okay, so whether or verify whether the subscription is active or not. So sometimes the Develop module gets disabled. If your Lightroom Classic trial has expired or your subscription is not active, only then the Develop module will not be visible and cannot be used. So as I already have my subscription turned on, then obviously you can see that my Develop module is turned on. Okay, so first off, in this lesson, I'm also going to show you about how you will be able to export or import your photo. Let's say first off, start off with importing your photo and do all of the things the Develop module or the Develop ribbon has to offer. So first off, let's know about the tools and Develop module. So the first tool, what we're going to know about is the histogram. So this is the same thing which we found in Library. It allows you to see the wavelength of light in a specific photo or a specific video. So you can edit in your wavelength of your photo or your video in Lightroom through this histogram tab or the histogram tool. Okay, then we have is crop. If you want to crop your photo, you can select on it and then crop your photo according to your desire. Then we also have this tool called spot removal. Well, as this lesson is about knowing all the tools, so I'm not going to show you an example, but later on in this course, I'm going to show you each and every use of these tools and how you will be able to use them. Okay, and then we have is red eye correction. If your photo or the person in the photo has a red eye, then you want to fix it. Obviously, this tool is very essential. Okay, then you can use this tool to fix that. Then we have at last is the masking tool. Okay, so the masking tool is very essential. I'm going to give you a brief about it. The masking tool allows Lightroom user to select certain section of an image and make adjustments to the part only. A so-called local adjustment using masking, you can apply color and tonal adjustment to specific parts or zone of an image. So how are you going to use that? Just as I told you, you can just go to Developer tab or Developer module and then select on this tool or press the shortcut key for Shift and W and you'll be able to mask your photo according to your desire. So that is very simple. What you have to do is just tap and drag in areas very simply and the colors in the photo, and then it will be specifically adjusted according to your photo which you are going to use. So that is very simple. And another thing you have to keep in mind that how are you going to get the masking tool in Lightroom. Obviously, if you don't have the Developer module turned on or do not have your subscription on, you will not be able to use it on free. So you have to keep that open. So what you have to do is just open up a photo and in the edit section or the Developer module, select the masking tool, select the subject, and the tool strips off the Developer module. Okay, so that is very simple about what the masking tool does. And you can see that there are specific, shortcut keys or assigned shortcut keys to each and every tool except for red eye correction. So you can use each and every one of those options, whichever one you need according to your desire and the work you are going to do, and you will get a specific result after you're done. Then we are done with histogram and those tools. Well, these tools are very essential. Then we have is basic. If you want to like fix out the lighting system of the photo or the video you are using, or making progress or working on it, then this basic tool is going to do like most of the work, or most of the work about the lighting system or fixing about the lights in your specific photo or your video. You can see that there is black and white. If you want to turn your photo or video into black and white, you can select on it. If you want it to be colored, or fix the colored part of the photo, then you're going to select color. So it distinguishes between two parts. If you want to fix the black and whites in the photo, then click on black and white. And if you want to fix the colored part of the photo or the video, then select on the colored part. That's like very simple, right? So this is like very simple. Then we have is profile. If you want to fix about a certain profile structure in Adobe Lightroom, then select on this profile and then select the photo or the video you are editing, and then you will be able to fix the profile. Then we have is WB. Well, the WB is like very essential for photo editors and also for photographers. Let me give you a small brief about what the WB does. So the WB is the white balance of a specific photo or a video. Sometimes you will see that in a photo, the light or the white part is like too much, so the exposure gets like too much, and sometimes it's hard to distinguish or get a specific result or a specific detail in a photo. So then what you have to do is fix out the WB or white balance in a specific photo, so you can adjust it according to your need and get the full potential or the full details of a specific photo. Then you can fix the temperature and then the tint too. Okay, then you can see that there are a couple of these options or sliders which you can use in Adobe Lightroom, Developer Module, and Basic tab or Basic tool. Okay, you will see that there are tone and there is also auto. You can see that there is exposure. If you want to fix exposure, then you can slide on this tool and then get a specific result according to your desire. Then we also have contrast, highlights, shadow, whites, blacks. Okay, you can adjust specific adjustment or specific areas in a specific photo, such as if you want to like fix the highlights, you can fix the highlights. If you want to fix the shadows, you can fix the shadows. If you want to fix the blacks or whites, then you can also do that. Well, blacks and whites refers to the black parts and the white parts accordingly. Okay, then we have is presence. If you want to fix the texture, clarity, and dehaze your photo, you can use these sliders, which also the basic tab or the basic tool category has. Then at last we have is the vibrance and saturation. Well, as this is just a lesson about knowing the tools and developer module, then I'm not going to show you all about it. And later on in this course, I'm going to give you all about the difference about this and also show you with specific examples. Then we are done with the basics too. Then is the tone curve. If you want to fix the curve, well, the curve is like very essential for a photographer and an editor. Curve, simply referred to as curves by most photographers, is a powerful tool in Lightroom that can affect an image's overall brightness and contrast. By adjusting the tone curve, you can make your photo brightness like brighter or darker and affect the contrast level. And also sometimes you can fix the RGB, which you can see over here. You can see that there is this brush. Then we have specific colors. If you want to fix the whites, select on the whites. If you want to fix the red, you can fix like the red, then the green, then the blue. Well, both of them like RGB. Okay, like all of them referred to as RGB. Then you can fix the highlights, lights, darks, and shadows over from here too. Well, this is all about the tone curve, but if you want like specific lighting problems and fix them, go through basics and do those options or use those options. Then we have is HSL color, okay, which is hue, saturation, and luminance. Hue is the color temperature or the colored part or fixes the color of a specific photo. You can also manipulate different colors of a photo by using the hue tool. You can see that there are a couple of these options in the hue tool. This is red, orange, yellow, green, aqua, blue, purple, magenta, then saturation, luminance. You can do specific adjustment on specific colors and also specific adjustments of specific categories. Then we have a saturation. Then we also have luminance. Okay, well, all of them are over on hue. You can get through them, each and every one of them. So this is like very simple. Okay, you can like get through all, or you can also use specific ones according to your desire. So you can get through them easily. Then we have is color grading. Well, color grading is like one of the most important thing in this modern age. If your photo or your video doesn't have color grading, okay, then the photo or video is not going to pop up or not going to make the photo or video to look better. Okay, so obviously when you click a photo, it's not going to be that colorful, or like it's not going to have that much effect to, you know, attract like the viewers. Okay, so obviously the color grading is like very helpful, and also going to show you about it later on in this course. If you want to fix the details, go through the details and you will find these options too, such as sharpening and noise reduction, and you will get your specific result after giving your specific adjustments. Then we have is lens correction. If you have specific problems on your lens, or fix out the lens problems such as lens flare, lens clearance, and all of those, you can like do those from here and get a specific result and make it look a bit more professional than what you just clicked. Okay, then we have is transform. You can transform your photo into something else, such as vertical, horizontal, rotate, like aspect, X and Y offset, and all of those. Okay, then we have is off, autofill level, vertical, and all of those. You can go through them each and every one step by step. So you just have to toggle through each and every one of them, and even if you like don't understand, obviously we are here to guide you through the process. Then we have is effect. If you want to fix the effect of a photo, such as post crop vignetting, which means the darkening side of a photo or the radial structure which is outside of the photo and it's getting dark, then you can fix the vignetting of the photo by going through effects. Okay, you can also fix the grains through this effect option. Then at last we have is calibrating. Well, this is also a very powerful tool. If you want to calibrate the light and the wavelength and the color adjustment, lights, and all of those, you can go through these options such as shadows, red primary, green primary, blue primary. You can like select and manipulate any of the colors and, you know, fix up and adjust and organize your data or your photo according to your need. Okay, then we have is previous and reset. If you applied something from each of these options or one of these options, then we have is previous. So it's gonna like, it's a lot similar like previous, or lets you see what you did a while ago, or you know how it was a while ago, so you can compare it and then do the undo process. Okay, then we also have this reset option. If you edited all of the things in your photo but you don't want any of it and you want to go back to the default self, just click on reset and it will get back to its default self. So now you know all of the tools about the develop module has to offer, and obviously it's gonna go through each and every one of these options too, and obviously this, you know, interface too. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on developer module, and thank you for watching this video and staying with us. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you about the rest of these, you know, modules or ribbons which Microsoft or Adobe Lightroom Photoshop has to offer.